The ROLLIN podcast is sponsored by Mifflin Country Store. Go to them for custom gifts, decals, custom apparel, and DTF transfers and more. Sportsman Media is powered by FXG Sign and Label in Mechanicsburg, PA. Go to them for graphic apparel and DTF transfers and more. Sportsman Media is powered by FXG Sign and Label in Mechanicsburg, PA. Go to them for graphic apparel and DTF transfers and more. Sportsman Media is powered by FXG Sign and Label in Mechanicsburg, PA. Go to them for graphic apparel and DTF transfers and more. Sportsman Media is powered by FXG Sign and Label in Mechanicsburg, PA. Go to them for graphic apparel and DTF transfers and more. The ROLLIN podcast is sponsored by Mifflin Country Store. Go to them for custom gifts, decals, custom apparel, and DTF transfers and more. Sportsman Media is powered by FXG Sign and Label in Mechanicsburg, PA. Go to them for graphic design, custom signs, decals. Oh, let's see what happens here. I think I screwed up the intro, but oh well, the hell with it. That's what happens when I don't do a show for 5 weeks. Anyway, we're live. I think we got about 5 or 6 people in here. I'm not going to worry about the intro or all that crap. The hell with it. I got to point that way. Got Adam Edkin with us tonight. No Chris Lynn. He's sleeping, I'm sure, or doing something. So appreciate you coming on, Adam.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just talk a little bit about racing. You know, what got you started?
Well, I just started helping out with Kenny and Johnny probably back around, I think, 2017, I think it was. So I've been helping for a while. Never really got into it at first, and then I ended up going to a couple of races, and I kind of fed into helping them.
So before you got into the wing sportsman, there are a couple of testing tunes this year. Did you ever get behind the wheel before?
Well, I got behind Johnny's car a couple of times. I think I got behind it once last year, and then I don't know. There's another time that one didn't go as well. I wasn't hitting the go pedal fast enough, hard enough.
That's all right. But I tell you, you started practicing. I think was it the first or second test and tune out? It was pretty early this season. Started out.
I think it was the second one. The first one we were down there with Kenny and Johnny, just trying to get all the bugs out with their stuff for opening day and things like that.
And each week you were looking better and better. Each week you were out there.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. You know, I've definitely noticed it from the stands. You know, you can look at them. You know, why aren't you doing this? And you know, you should be doing this, or you know, why aren't you running this lane on the track? And it's not as easy as it looks. You know, I'll be the first to admit that it's definitely a little difficult getting in it and just kind of trying to navigate and see things and stuff like that. You definitely have a better vantage point on the track than you do in the stands of what actually might be going on behind the wheel of a car.
Oh, absolutely. So the first night out, Firecracker 40. Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I thought it was good. I mean, didn't time last to my heat. So I mean, I thought I was doing somewhat okay and stuff. Definitely got it. Like I said, definitely got a more understanding of what drivers go through and stuff as far as preparation for the race as well. Probably should have started hydrating a little bit earlier. I don't know if I could have went 40 laps or not. I was starting to get a little hot and stuff like that. So, but no, it was fun.
Yeah, 40 lap race is a tough one to start out on.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah.
And
Want
it
want to get a car
wasn't the
count and
easiest of
stuff.
nights either.
No, I think it was.
Definitely.
I think that might have been the hottest night so far of the year.
I would agree with that statement. There's no doubt. I mean, I think we had more incidents off the track due to heat related issues than what we did on the track.
Yeah, that's what got me. We were pre-staged for the B, and I was sitting directly in the sunlight, and I think they had a medical emergency over in the grandstands, and they told us it was going to be a little bit, and yeah, that's whenever I started to feel
I have
it.
no doubts there. So someone wants to know where the nickname Atom Bomb came from.
Oh yeah, that's Johnny's daughter. That's iRacing there. There's unlimited resets in that stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get that when you go out to the big track.
Nope. That's why I stick to it on iRacing. That's what I do and stuff like that. I try not to do it, but every once in a while it happens, and it it makes for excitement.
Absolutely. So your first night out, Firecracker 40, you end up in the non-qualifiers Dash for Cash. That was just you and Jordan out there. We walked away with $250 for the night. So how was that for your first time out? End up with the quote unquote victory lane flag and 250 extra bucks.
That wasn't too bad. I want to thank Chad Baker for putting that up and stuff like that. It was fun. It was definitely different. I think I was looking at it and stuff like that, and I think 19th paid $250, so I would have had to run 19th to make 250 and stuff like that. But no, any track time is a good track time. It was 3 laps, but it was I thought it was a good 3 laps.
Absolutely. Try to do as much as we can for people back to the field, and unfortunately, we haven't had a whole lot of full fields this year. I think that was the first one at BAPS thus far. So, I mean, try to do
Yeah,
what we can.
it's kind of hit or miss. It seems like obviously everybody kind of as years progress. I don't really know we got young drivers. I mean, I'm young, but just from being there for 7 years and helping and stuff like that, you see people kind of progress out of it, and then you see people coming in, and it's difficult to kind of like, oh, are we going to get a full field this week? We had one last week, and then like the pay helps as well. I don't when you pay a little bit more, you're going to get some cars there more, and you know, and stuff like that. So hopefully this week, 1,500 to win, I think it is, right?
Yep.
Hopefully I'll track a couple cars, but I know there's some wingless guys that were running the Firecracker 40. They'll probably run. I think Path Valley's run this week, so they'll probably run there, and then they're also running the night before. So even if they don't run Path Valley, if I'll have to really wait and see how Friday night goes as far as extra cars or if cars are going to be there if people are switching over.
Yeah, I hope this run at Big Diamond goes a little bit better for those guys. The first visit that track this year wasn't very favorable.
No, a lot of tore up stuff or issues going on and stuff like that, and nobody wants that. It's kind of bad. I mean, 410s have that type of stuff too. I mean, this past week, I think it was this past week, Lincoln only had 17 cars, and I'm pretty sure only 10 or 11 or 12 of them even finished.
Yeah.
I think everybody has it. Everybody has those nights. But it is.
Definitely. So what we got here to check. How many times did your brother pass you on the Firecracker?
Which one?
That's not a good answer.
I think it was twice. Kenny passed me twice. He got me on lap 11. I thought we were going to be okay. We went nonstop there, and he got me back around lap 22, I think it was again. So it took Johnny a little bit longer to pass me. I'll be okay with that. I didn't want to get in their way and stuff like that. But they told me before, just go out there, hold your line, and you see the flag, just don't do anything stupid and stuff like that. So I ran the outside because everybody in front of me was running the bottom. So I went up to the outside and just kind of floated around up there, let him pass me, and then I tried following Kenny. It lasted for about half a straightaway.
Yeah, Kenny's been on a tear this year. I think four wins so far.
Yeah,
3
we
or
got
4.
opening night, and then the last 3, and then Speed Week show, the 40, and then 2 weeks ago, and then Johnny got the win up to Selinsgrove before the Speed Week show. Well, it wasn't before the Speed Week show; it was a couple weeks before.
We're gonna have to put a bounty on Kenny here shortly. He keeps going.
Yeah.
I've already had the conversation with a couple of people. I haven't found anybody to do it yet, but I joked with them on the firecracker. We had that long red, and I walked out front. I said, "You win one more, I'm gonna find someone to put a bounty on your head," and he laughed about it. Then the son of a gun win 2 more in a row. Firecracker in the following week. It's like, son of a. Hey,
I think back in 2019 or 20, it was one of those years he had a bounty put on him by somebody, and that was good fun there. And I think that night it came from 15th to 2nd. I think it was. I believe Frank got that one, but it was a good show, and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Oh, let's see what else we got going on the track.
But technically, if you really want to count it, I crossed the checkered flag, the 3rd car. So technically, I should have finished 3rd.
I'll go with that. That's a good way of looking at it. No arguments with that one. So what are you looking forward to coming up here? Any particular race or anything specific coming up you're looking forward to?
Not really. I mean, we'll be there this week, working on some issues with. We believe it's fueling. We scoped that out. Doug did a lot of work on the carburetor along with George today. Just trying to get that to see if we can get that to operate better, and stuff like that. But they did a lot of work and things like that as far as trying to get it to run better. And we cleaned the whole fuel cell out on Saturday and vacuumed out everything that was junk in there and cleaned the filters. So hopefully it runs a little bit better. They said it sounded like they said it sounded like a John Deere the last time we ran, but no,
nothing runs like a deer.
Yep. But no, getting out there for that one. Probably run kids night, and then we'll probably take a. It goes kids night, and then Path Valley, right, and then Williams Grove and Selinsgrove.
Yep.
Probably run kids night, and then see about maybe run the 100. But
yeah, don't have.
That's still up in the air.
Don't have a whole lot of racing left, and it seems like it took us forever to even get anywhere this year.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard, It seems like June, for example. I know they had us scheduled off and stuff like that, but like it felt like every weekend that we weren't running, it was nice, or it was somewhat decent and stuff like that. But tracks already have their classes predetermined by the schedule, so it wasn't like there was really anything they could do about it as far as make it up and stuff. And once schedules come out, a lot of people have plans made and things like that, or they're doing stuff around racing and they incorporate that into like their family vacations or just doing stuff around the house. And it's kind of that's what gets a little bit difficult with it.
Absolutely. And another question from Tori. You run the same setup as Kenny and Johnny?
I don't know.
Well, that's not right. You're supposed to do these things. You got to know what's in your car. That's past your education.
Yeah, you got SC14 classification.
Let's do a little something different tonight. something I haven't done yet. We'll do a little rapid fire here, so to speak. See if I can find my thing. I was actually gonna try to do this at the racetrack, but yeah, it's a little difficult with me trying to do the track official thing plus do media for you guys. So we'll do this as a segment here on the podcast. So 15 questions and try to do it in 60 seconds, but I don't really care how long it takes. Sports car or pickup truck?
I got a pickup truck. I'll say that.
Pickup truck. Favorite track to race at?
I guess it'd be. I don't know. I guess it'd be Baps for now, but I'd like to get some other ones, but we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. Dream race to win, and it doesn't have to be Sportsman.
The Ironman 55. That track looks like a fun. That track looks like a fun one to run, but I don't know if I'll ever get up to the 410 level.
All-time favorite driver, and if you say Kenny or Johnny, I'm gonna slap you.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to go with Kyle Larson. I guess I like to watch him run, but I'm a fan of Donnie too.
Okay, that's fair. Dream vacation.
I don't really go on vacations.
I know the feeling. Any race superstitions?
Used to as a crew member, but not so much as a driver.
Just stay as far away from Johnny as possible, right?
Well, if I'm racing beside if unless I'm racing up front, but if I'm racing in the back beside Johnny, something probably happened, and I don't know.
Top or bottom?
Probably the I don't know. Probably the bottom.
That's a safe bet. No arguments there. Something nobody knows about you.
I don't know. That one's kind of hard. We'll have to come back to that one.
We can come back to that one. Favorite driver to race with or against? I know it's a pretty short list of guys that you raced against so far, but
I've been by myself in the back, so I haven't really been racing around anybody. But no, I mean Mike Ender lapped me there, and that was kind of neat experiencing that, and Kenny got me too. But I don't know. I mean, I'd have to say them too, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to get a couple more races under my belt and see if we can get an answer for you there.
Absolutely. Favorite color?
I'd say probably blue or red.
Favorite racetrack food?
What was that?
Favorite racetrack food?
I don't eat at the racetrack.
Sometimes that's probably a good idea.
That's some bad experience.
Oh, I have no doubts. I've heard plenty of stories over the years of people that have not had good nights. Dry, slick, or tacky?
I don't know. I mean, every test and tune session that we've been down there, it's kind of been on the verge of dry to slick. I wouldn't really say it's been slick as I've seen Baps get. I'd probably say that it takes puts it a lot more in the hands of how the car's set up rather than you go into the corner, sling it in the corner, and just stomp back on the pedal. And if nobody wants to do time trials in the dry and slick, but sometimes that's cool to see because that means you have to get the car hooked up for it, and not so much along the lines of who has the bigger motor or horsepower or whatnot.
Absolutely. Favorite racing memory? It could be anything.
Had, I don't know. The Grove win last year for Kenny was pretty cool up there and stuff. That was only my second time there, and as far as helping and stuff, but that was pretty cool. Another BAPS one. A BAPS one would probably be when he came from. I think it was like 17th or 19th back in 2019. He track had a couple ruts in it, and he hit the rut and kind of felt like he had a tire going down. I believe that's what he thought, and he came from 19th to win, passing cars on the bottom, and it was cool to see and stuff like that. But Johnny's went up at Selinsgrove was pretty cool.
I think that was his first at Selinsgrove.
Yeah, that was his first at Selinsgrove. That was his third in his career. I wouldn't really call. His second win was kind of cool to see down there. He had that night. That night, I think the modifieds were down there, and they made a curb on the one lane off the wall, and there was another curb about 2 or 3 lanes off the bottom, and he was running right through the middle of the first curb and knocked the front end out of the car and still won the thing. Panhard was all over the place, arms were off of it, and it's just my.
Football or baseball?
Baseball.
A man. If you were racing, if you weren't racing, what would you be doing?
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Probably just be at home watching television, I guess. I don't know. I've been doing it since middle school and stuff. So as I really grown up, that's kind of what I've been doing and stuff. But probably working. I mean, I work now, but I probably end up being working more or something along the lines. Probably playing video games.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Why not? Oh, I got too much popping up in front of me. Oh, looks like we got a visitor. Let's slide him in here with us, make it a three-way crazy. Trent, I think I'm going to have to just make you my new co-host. You've been on the show more than Chris has.
Yeah, where's Chris at? I actually didn't even pick up on that until you just said that. I was like, I didn't even see him.
He's in left field. He don't he don't care about this show. You know that.
Seems like anytime I'm on, he's never here.
Randy asks, I think we might have asked this. I don't remember. Randy asks, what's your favorite track to race at? But I think we already asked that.
It's I think it's BAPS just because I haven't raced anywhere else yet. Haven't got to experience that, but in due time.
You'll get a couple more under your belt. Then you got this guy here underneath us talking about putting bounties on guy. I don't know. You are now the winningest driver in the Super Sportsman for 2024 with 6 wins on the season.
That's between wingless and winged?
Yep. You got the most wings out of the whole division.
Oh, I honestly would have thought Kenny had more.
Well,
but
here's
the wing guys haven't ran much.
Yeah, here's the issue with that idea. We've only had 8 races. We're going into number 9.
Yeah, that's awful.
And
yeah, I think Dad and I were talking about it the other day. We only got like 15 or 16.
16.
Yeah, it's been awful. Like
technically, I think it's 17, but that was the one feature we still got to make up.
Oh yeah, again. Let's not forget again.
Absolutely, but what are you gonna do? It's been one of those years, I guess you could call it.
What happened that night? Didn't it rain or something like that?
Yeah, it rained, and we got the makeup feature in, and then the URC feature took like what felt like 4 hours.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we hit curfew and didn't get the second one in. So
They don't have no time limits on them guys?
Apparently not.
Wow. Yeah, just for home divisions at MAPS. If it's an outside division, there is no time limit. So like URC, this weekend we have the 358s are there as another division.
Do they have a makeup feature, or is that just a makeup race?
Makeup race.
Okay.
We rained out that show completely, if I remember correctly. So it's just a makeup race, the whole thing.
So they were added to the card.
I think they were already on the card, and it was just a regular 358 show. The first 358 show was part of their summer series deal that they do at a couple tracks throughout the year. So this is basically the makeup, I think, because they still give points out for that summer series deal for them.
I got you.
If
I didn't know if it was like a Lincoln deal.
No, nothing with them.
Throwing shade.
Yeah.
So
you're not allowed to have honest opinions.
Nope. Don't run. We're not allowed
I have mine, but I don't.
They had one on display. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have my opinions, but I try not to say anything. I get in trouble too quick.
But I mean, from a track standpoint, they got a sponsor, and that's what the sponsor wants to see. You kind of have to appease them. Otherwise, I don't know what sponsorships do for races as far as if they bring money towards the purse or they accommodate anything like that. But I mean, if a sponsor wants to do that, you pretty much kind of have to and stuff. But sucks to see. I mean, they probably could have had 3 divisions there if they wouldn't know what the car counts are going to be. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't need to lose any more races already. We've already lost quite a few of them.
It would have been kind of nice to maybe if they would have moved another sponsor around, but at the same point in time, that sponsor already has their specific date set, and they may have things planned and stuff like that. But tough ordeal.
Absolutely, there's no doubt there. Either one of you get to this past Friday night, the new micro track opening?
No, I was going to, but then I saw that there was no general admission. I didn't feel like going in the pits. So if there was regular like general admission ordeal, I probably would have, but yeah, just didn't.
I was running around. I was running a 270 micro midget around in our orchard.
There you go.
He had his own race going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we took turns. We got a couple friends that have those, and brought them up in our dad's orchard, and we all kind of took turns driving them. Johnny was in it too, so.
I bet you there was no alcohol involved with that.
No, there wasn't. It was right after work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Now after that there was, but
yeah.
Definitely. So you've been a busy beaver there, Mr. Trent. 2 in the last 2 weeks.
Look 2 in the last 2. Trying to think. Yeah, I guess Bedford.
Guess that would be the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it was Bedford, then the double at Path, and then Port Royal.
Well, there was a Bedford in between there too.
That's right. You got the first one, and Chad got the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up grenading at the second Bedford, so that was cool.
Never
so
fun.
Looking back through the last 2 weeks here, because I've been way out of the loop. Last weekend, 2 weekends ago, Friday, July 12th, was part of a 2-day deal with Path Valley. Steve Wilbur got the win on that Friday night. There's the rest of your run down there. Then last 2 weeks ago, on Saturday night, you had Carmen Perigo on the front again. He's slowly edging to you. I think he's got four.
He's
Or
got
five wins.
five. He's got five. Yep.
Without that's why I have stat sheets. If I don't look at my stat sheets, just remembering off the top of my head is not going to work.
You gotta keep that stuff written down. Keep you in line.
That's why I have a Google spreadsheet just for the sports.
There you go.
I can tell you everything. I can tell you exactly what your finish percentage is for the year. But not off the top of my head, I got to look it up.
There you go.
So good field both of those nights, 20, 25, 26 cars both those nights, the way it looked for that deal. I know Chad Baker had a rough weekend from what I understand. I don't know if you can elaborate on that, Trent.
I don't remember what happened that weekend with Chad, honestly, because I know Saturday he ran warm-ups. I honestly don't. I might have missed it, to be honest with you.
I don't remember. I know I talked to him, and he was still hurting a little bit, but I don't remember details. Kenny, as we talked about, and obviously this is how sleeping I've been when I did this flyer. Trent is still in the victory lane poster.
Yeah. I ran with the wing guys, I guess, that night.
Yeah, apparently you did. Like I said, it's been a long couple of days. I threw this together Tuesday night after I did 12 hours working at BAPS. So obviously I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I don't know. My top wing flew off. It was a lightweight one. I took it off before we got to victory lane.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah. I've seen it happen, absolutely. But anyway, that's your finish there from BAPS 2 weeks ago. Now we'll get to the actual night that Trent actually won. Hopefully, it's the right picture.
I thought you had Kenny in that one.
No, I don't think I had a victory lane shot from that Saturday. But 6 wins in the season, brother. So how was Port Royal on Saturday night? Because I didn't get a chance to see any of it.
Typical Port, I guess, is what I would say. Like a little heavy at first, and then slicked off in the feature. I was actually really kind of shocked that we only had 14 cars. Like normally when we go up, it's like we're almost pushing 25, 30. I don't know if it was because of the surrounding weather that was in the area, because we got hit a little bit up there, like a couple sprinkles. And then there was obviously the accident on the way up with the Zemco team and stuff. I don't know if that hindered some guys. Like they just said, now we're just going to go home. But yeah, I mean, like I said, typical Port Royal started, out heavy, went to slick, which I love when that place gets dry slick. So, yeah, I mean, at first I didn't think the night was going to go too well. I think I pulled the highest pill out of everybody. Started 7th in the heat, and they only were taking the top 3 for the redraw. So I ended up getting 3rd in the heat race. So I made the redraw barely. And then we had the redraw, and it was down to me and Kurt Strout. And I looked at him. I had both of the ping pong balls in my hand. I said, "Which one do you want? You want the right one or the left one?" And he said that he would take the left, and I took the right, and I ended up getting the 1, and he got the 3. And then on the start, Brett got a way better start than me, Brett Perigo. And at first I couldn't really do anything with him too much. And then I was just trying to almost change how I was driving every lap, just to try something, just to see if I could find something before he did. And then I don't know if it was into 1 or the lap before I got the lead in 3 and 4, I ended up getting a decent run on him. And then I just did the same thing again in 3 and 4 the next lap. And then that's when I got the run and threw the slider into 1 to take the lead. And then we drag race down the backstretch. And I ended up trying to do the whole cut the momentum off into the corner across the front of him. And I talked to him afterwards. I slid up, not as far as what he thought I was going to. And he didn't turn down quick enough. And we about damn near wrecked each other. So, but I talked to him afterwards, and we were all good. So it was just one of them deals. I didn't slide up enough. He didn't cross up under me enough. Hit a little bit, and then we held on from there. But once I got out into like the clean air, the car was handling really, really good. And then when the right rear came in with the harder compound, and then just being able to run my line and keep the momentum up, it all worked out. So yeah, it's always special racing up there. I told the Victory Lane interviewer, I said I love racing here. I said I wish we could be here more, but you're thankful for the races you get.
Absolutely.
You got any more up there?
We don't. I thought we had one more, but the last one, that was the last one. We had that one rain out. That was the double book weekend for Port and Path that we had, and it ended up getting rained out. So yeah, I'm a little
normally up there Labor Day.
Yeah, we aren't this year. I'm a little upset about that because we were last year, and I really enjoyed it. Not only just because of it, we ended up winning the Labor Day show last year, but just because of the whole event aspect of it, like the whole with the fair and like everything else. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, you're thankful for the races that you can get at these different tracks. But I wish we were up there Labor Day, but maybe next year.
Definitely. And Randy, did we check the police station for Chris? No, because if I did that and he was there, I'd have to give bail money, and we're not even going down that road. So if that is where he's at, he's gonna be sitting there. He can call Turn 2 Terribles. Them boys will help him out.
Yeah.
I'm sure. They'll be all right. I'm sure it'll all work out at the end of the day. So let's get down through the deal here. This weekend we got some hard hitting stuff this weekend, boys. 5,000 to win tomorrow night. What do you say, Trent? Let's hope for a little bit better of conditions. I don't want to see fireworks with cars in the air.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go down. Like, I mean, I've had a couple of people ask me this week, like, are you nervous about it? Like, because of it being such a big deal. And I've told them, I'm like, you can't get wrapped up in it. You got to go in thinking it's just another deal, just some same old Friday night race at Big Diamond. Don't do any, like, we haven't done anything different. We're going to go and do our same stuff. Obviously your decision making is going to be a little bit more thought out and critical for what you're going to do throughout the night. But other than that, you just got to go in thinking it's like any other race. So yeah, I hope it's a lot better than last time. I don't really want to see another car fly out over turn 3. So
yeah, Joe took one hell of a ride. There's no doubt there.
Yeah, he did. And we don't need any more of that. So yeah, I think just about everybody hopes it's a better outcome. And it sounds like from what I've been hearing that the whole format deal that we're going to do is going to be pretty cool. So we'll see. I'm excited to see.
You probably know more than me. Last I talked to Steve, I got no answers. He didn't know.
Yeah, whether I'm allowed to say it or not, but I will. I was told that there's possibility of doing time trials and then an invert, like what BAPS does in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna do passing points and then a dash. That's what I heard. Whether it's whatever they actually decide to do, I hope we do time trials because I love time trials. I think it's exciting, but
time trials, not hot lap time trials.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's regular time trials. I hope to God it's not hot lap time trials.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
But
yeah, not many drivers are.
No.
Not very.
Nope.
Not many.
Nope.
How many cars are you thinking?
What's that?
How many cars are you thinking for tomorrow?
I think they were hoping. I mean, I would think at least 30. I would think, but with how it happened, with how last time happened, it might deter people away, but I hope not. Because I mean, like every division, every track, every what have you is going to have a bad night. You know what I mean? So we'll. I hope there's a lot of cars because it'll be good for us.
Yeah.
It'll be good for the whole ordeal. But we'll see. So I know I'm going. That's all I care about.
Hey, a side note there, Trent. When you get up there on Friday, make sure you give Warren Astrid a little bit of hell for me. He's a good friend of mine. He's their starter.
Okay.
Give him a little shit for me. Make sure he knows it's coming from me and not from you. I don't want to get your ass in trouble too early.
I can do that. I can do that.
He's a good guy.
Damn, you said he's the starter?
He's a starter. Yeah, he's a flagman.
Okay. If I get around to seeing him, I'll let him know that.
Absolutely. And Saturday night, gentlemen, Wing Series, Myers RV Wing Series is back at Babs, $1,500 to win. I'm not sure what the rest of the payout looks like. Matter of fact, backtracking here to Friday, I've been asked multiple times. I will say it here. I don't know nothing about the pay structure for Friday nights, fossil fuels. Any of those questions need to be directed to either Steve or Luke. Last I talked to Steve, he wasn't 100% sure at that time, but that was quite a few days ago. Also for BAPS, Saturday night, I don't know what the rest of the pay structure is going to be for that yet either. Colton's been busy this week with the Outlaws and everything else, so I haven't been trying to bug him too much. But I did talk to him today. He was going to try to get to it yet to me before the end of the day here. So as soon as I get that info, I'll get out. I know it's $1,500 extra past our typical purse for Saturday. Our typical purse is $6,000 for the entire purse, which is $1,000 to win and back down through. It was $750 donated from Dean's Auto Plaza and Lincoln Speedway together, and another $750 thrown in the purse by FXG Sign and Label by Chad Mellon. Definitely $1,500 to win, and then the other $1,000 will just be spread out to the field. But hopefully Colton will get a chance to get me that rundown, man. And then Saturday, you guys, Trent, are back at Path Valley for another regular show at Path.
Yeah, we'll see where that's up in the air. It all depends on how Friday goes.
You come down and run wing with us Saturday.
I understand completely.
You gonna come down and run wing with us on Saturday?
I don't got a wing, so.
Well, I am sure, and
let me talk to Johnny.
Yeah, we all run the same cars now, so we all run wood rings. But
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Adam's got a few hookups. I'm sure there's a wing line around somewhere.
I'm sure.
Not to say, I mean, I tried to help you out with a different ride, but just a little too late, too late, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think he already had thoughts of talking to him anyway, for the way he was talking to me. But your name still comes up in conversations.
Well, it's good to hear.
Absolutely. Well, we're still working. I got a few other feelers out for you, brother. So let's give me time. Looking at the points going into this weekend, Faulkner Subaru of Mechanicsburg Tour points. Steve Wilbur, I think it's rigged. Promoter is leading the points. Trent, you need to do something about this.
Yeah, my 12 and 16 points don't help.
Yeah, I noticed that. What the hell? What did you do?
Well, the BAPS was the radiator hose. And then Bedford was the motor decided it didn't want to be a motor anymore.
Is
that because of the radiator hose?
No, that was our backup motor. We had the motor that's been in the car it's the aluminum head motor that we got for this year. That was the one at BAPS with the radiator hose when it blew up because it got hot. But the motor was fine. And then we went to Bedford, and I noticed it was a little wonky, so we took it out. The Bedford night that we won, we took it out, got it fixed up, and then ran the backup motor the second Bedford race, and that thing was just needed of a total rebuild. So, yeah, it's no longer a motor. It is what you call in pieces. Trying to figure out what's salvageable.
God, you are tough on equipment, brother. What the hell? I can't really say that. Yeah.
If you're gonna break it, or you got to do it right. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it good.
I guess I can't. I mean, you're not far out of the picture here, though. You're only 6 points behind Steve, so that's only, your guys' point scale is ridiculously close in position. So I mean, a lot can happen if you're close. It can stay in the hunt there.
Yeah,
I already got one more win on you than he does.
Yeah, I don't know if many guys know our point stuff, but it's by 2-point increment. So you win, you get the 30, and then it drops by 2 points every position. So, like in one race, that could totally flip flop. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
At the end of the,
how many tour races do you still have left?
8 or 9. I think I counted the other day. I think we have 16. We either have 16 or 17 races left total, I think. So I think there's like 8 or 9.
Wing has 8.
That's awful. That's terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
Yeah, but so yeah, there's still time. So I'd like to. I've finished second in the tour points every year so far. So I would like to not finish second anymore.
Well, Steve's getting older.
You guys go to Selinsgrove, right? That's the Outlaw.
Sometime here soon. Yeah, I guess that's what, August or September.
October.
That you might be right with that.
You're there with the Outlaws.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
What about before? I know they had a couple shows up there last year. We're supposed to, at least.
I think there's 2.
There was only one this year for Selinsgrove.
I think that there's enough. There might be one more before the Outlaw show. I think we actually had 3 scheduled. The one was on Memorial Day, I think, wasn't it? The one there was one on Memorial Day, I thought, that was scheduled.
Yeah.
And then there was
Monday deal, but they pulled that before the season started.
Yeah. And then I think there's one more. And then the Outlaw show. So I think we have 2 up there.
I will tell you in a second.
You guys got to race at Lincoln. Hopefully you guys get to race yours.
I wish we were there more. I like running there. I mean, I liked running there when I ran the Legends and these things. So
Sunday, August 18th is the next one for Selinsgrove for you guys. And then
October there that night, or got a modified show?
I don't know. I don't have anything listed what the support divisions is. And then August or October 12th, which is with the Outlaw race.
Yep.
And Myers RV Super Sportsman points. Imagine that, Adam. Look at that. Kenny is on the point. Yeah. I don't understand why. It's not like he don't win races. It has literally been the Kenny Scott show this year, hasn't it, Adam?
Yeah.
I said
there's been some people that have had some good runs though throughout the top 5 or top 10 and stuff. So
Mike Enders and I was talking after your guys' last race when everybody was packing up and leaving. And I said to him, I said, I'd never rooted for you more in my life. And he kind of chuckled at me. And I said, I'm being serious. I said, I love Kenny to death. I really do. I said, I love all you guys to death. I get along with everybody really, really well. known a couple of guys for many years. I said, but from a media and a promoting perspective, it's not good having the same guy win every single night. I mean, I'm happy that he's having the success this year that he has, because he's still searching for that perfect season. He didn't quite get it yet this year either, but I just wish could get a couple other guys up front, a couple different wins. But we'll see what this weekend provides, and we still got about 8 shows left here to go. So anything is possible at this point. And looking at the wingless points for Path Valley, Trent, you're right in the hunt on that one too, brother. 6 or third. I can't read tonight. Good Lord.
Yeah, we need Craig to miss a show. That's what we need.
Well, he already said he was going to miss 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah.
Did he go to his daughter's wedding yet? I think that's coming up in August, I think, or was it July? And it was middle of summer. I remember that.
That was probably a rain out.
No, could have been.
I'm not sure, honestly. I thought it was sometime in August, but I could be wrong.
I thought that's what he had said, sometime in August. So yeah, I mean, he could miss one. That Steve's knocking on his door, though. I'm telling you, it's rigged. Top 2 in both points. The promoter of the division. Something's going on here. Stick a banana in his tailpipe.
Yeah, you message him after this. Tell him that.
Oh, I got no problem telling Steve that. I say stupid, weird shit to him all the time. I'm sure he thinks I'm nuts. He's not completely wrong, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, he cracked a couple. He cracked a couple good jokes in our wingless chat today. We were talking about some other things, and somebody brought up RPMs, or somebody said about where do you get RPMs from, and he replied Russ Minton, LOL. Because people were talking about motor RPMs.
Mm-hmm.
And and he was like, "Oh, you get RPMs from Russ Minton." Freaking guy.
Dry humor. It's all good.
Yep.
Coming up, August 3rd, Kids Night, Babs Motor Speedway. The way Kids Night's going to be done this year, guys, if you haven't heard yet, is front pit, a Sportsman front pit. Everybody must be in there by 3:30. Gate will be shut for rigs at 3:30. If you are not in the pit by 3:30, you're waiting until 5 o'clock to come in the pit. That's the way we're going to do it this year. 3:30 to 5 o'clock will be the Kids Night festivities. Any donations, anything you want to get for them, please get with either Dan Rome, Lord John, or Nicole. Who was the last one? Nicole Lanker. I'll get it right eventually. They are the ones that are organizing all the Kids Night festivities August the 3rd. Moving right down the line. Keep looking over here because I have my cheat sheet because I don't know what slide comes up next. Sportsman 100 laps, guys. We only have 19 left. We have sold 81 laps thus far. And we still got over a month to go until the race, which is absolutely excellent. Once these last 19 laps are sold, we will open it up that anybody can buy anything they want. I don't care. If 6 people want lap 50, 6 different people can have lap 50. But I'd like to at least get these last 19 laps sold. $10 minimum. We'll be selling again Saturday night. We'll be selling the following Saturday, August the 3rd, for Kids Night. We'll also be at, what's the rest of the schedule? Path Valley, and I won't be there. Be at Williams Grove, set up in the infield with hopefully 2 or 3 drivers. Those drivers don't know that they're going to be in the infield yet, but it's all good. You guys can laugh at that. That's okay. How many cars will show up for the 100? Guesses anybody? I don't know, Troy. Boys, what do you think? Troy wants to know how many guesses, how many cars will show up for the 100 lapper.
At 27 for the firecracker, I'd
Correct.
say
I'm thinking 35.
I'd say
That
32.
that is an educated guess. That's an educated guess. Well, I'll tell you this much.
How much did it pay to win?
I have no idea.
Huh.
If we go off of last year's pay scale, it'll be 4,000 to win. I don't know if it's going to be more this year or not. So I would say it'll at least be that.
50th anniversary, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I'd be like 10,000.
Well, yeah.
Big milestones, man. Big milestones.
I'm not going to argue with you. If I had my way, that's where I'd be aiming at. But I don't make the rules.
That's kind of hard too, because you got to make sure it flows evenly down through the rest of the field. And
absolutely,
at that point in time, you're looking at a War of Outlaw purse instead of a more along the lines of a regular type of deal.
Yeah, because I think our total purse for that night thus far 16 and some change. 16, almost 17,000 was total purse for everything.
Probably like what, 350 to start?
I think that's what it was. Now, I mean, Sportsman start money works a little bit differently than what like 410 start money on. For anybody who doesn't know this that might be listening, our start money is incorporated in the payout. So when we say 350 to start, probably the last four positions, 21st through 24th, that's what they're getting is just that start money at $350. Because like our typical week races, technically you're getting 125 to start, but also technically positions 14th through 24th on a typical night are all getting paid $125. So it's kind of an odd, unique approach at how it works. But I don't know, Dan Rome and I, the big man, have been having some conversations and talking to some other people. We might have some things in the works for next year, as long as I can motivate a few people. But we'll see what we can do. You know me, I always like messing with the structure of things a little bit. Got to keep things interesting.
Well, while you have it up here for the lap money, I will take lap 66. I'll announce it now.
Woo-hoo. Hey, that's a good number for you, brother.
Yeah, and I will donate $100 towards it.
You are, I love you. I don't mind saying it.
You got your socks on, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, well.
Uh-oh.
That's a problem there, Tony.
Yep.
Well, wait, I have them on, so it cancels it out. We're okay.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing sandals, dude. Give me a fucking break here.
You'll just have to let me know how I get you that money.
Oh, that's not a problem. I can run you down if I have to.
Yeah, you know where I'll be.
Oh, plus I will see you here later in the month,
True.
August 17th. I would imagine you're gonna want to run that one because you are in the makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, I start 10th in that one instead of 15th, so I like or 17th, whatever it was.
You're getting better. You'll get there. One of these days, you'll get there.
Babs is like my kryptonite, man. It's just Dad and I were having this conversation the other day. It's either a combination of me, the car, absolute crap luck, and whatever else it wants
put on the track.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting into that right now. Yeah.
Oh.
So
We got Got some interesting pop-ups in the chat. Oy, 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 oy.
The wingless run whenever we're out there at Path Valley, right, Tony?
What is it, August 10th?
Is that there like isn't that the 93 lapper? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's our 93 lapper. Yeah, that's a double night. Oh, what do we got going on over
Double night.
here? Yeah, it's both winged and wingless that night. Nathan Wolf will take lap 57 for 20. No money ache.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let me write this stuff down. Well, type this stuff down because I will forget it later. So
it flows with the number.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm terrible remembering anything. You should see my notebook. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
After the firecracker, I was no longer no money. I was some money.
This is true.
Nice. Okay. Nathan, is that what you want on the lap? No money aching? And speaking of which, what do you want on your lap, Trent?
Just Trent Yoder Racing's fine.
That makes it easy.
Yes, it does.
Is there a chance you'll be in attendance for that one, Trent?
So we had a call. Tony, how many podcasts ago was it we had this conversation? Like, there was one we had, he asked me, and I said I would have to fully have a commitment to run at least some wing shows, more than like one or two off ones. Yeah. Because I'm not going to want to go to the Sportsman 100. That's like the biggest race for them, and not run well or not be in competition to win. So
yeah, I get it. Want to be competitive.
Yeah. So I would have to make a commitment to run a decent amount of wing shows prior to that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. If Tony can hook me up, I'll be there. That's a hint, Tony.
I'm trying, brother. I'm trying.
But no, it's not out of the
possibility, but it slipped out of my hands. So I was just about a day or so too late.
Yeah, it's all good, but it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility within the next couple of years. I feel like as a driver in the Super Sportsman, you have to run it. You know what I mean? At least some point. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt.
I think it kind of goes the same way with wingless and wing too. I mean, it seems like races, as far as whether they get rained out or however many get scheduled, like if you want to race, or you kind of have to be willing to do both or adapt to being able to change and stuff like that. And it's,
Well, I ran the one race at, well, I guess half the program up at Sealands Grove last year. And I liked it. I mean, I was doing okay. I was running, like, I think I actually almost made the redraw in the heat race before the motor blew up. But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think I'm going to be giving, if first couple races, I don't think I would give Kenny a run for his money at all. But I think, just like anything, over time, I think you would, like, I'd get up there. Like, I mean, just like I'm sure you Edkins are always fast, so he'll get up there in no time. But yeah, so that's the only thing. Just would need to, that's what we all hope for, is to be running up front and competitive.
How many more of them wingless races down at Baps is there? Makeup plus one plus the thinking binder?
Just two dates, 4 features, or 3 features.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4. Jeez, what, you know something I don't. I'll scare you
Boy,
again.
I can't read shit for anything today.
Oh,
Yeah.
So no,
August
that's
7th
right.
August 17th, full show plus the makeup from the 22nd of June. And then October, forget the date, but that's the
14th or 27th, I think.
something in that
I think it's the
ballpark.
27th.
Which is another
Yeah.
double book night, if you didn't know.
What, winged and wingless?
No, the wingless run out Path Valley.
Oh. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yes, it is.
You guys are double booked again. It was a little rough with scheduling this year.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not a part of that. I just go wherever we're scheduled.
Troy, what are you talking about, brother? I think I know what you're talking about, but what are you talking about? I think he means the tire roll. I think it's what he's talking about because that's the only difference right now between series. Is that what you're talking about, Troy? The tire roll?
Yeah, because they changed the
You're
handicap.
talking to the rock.
Yeah, they changed the handicap rule this year.
And that's the only difference between the series is the tire roll at BAPS, which we'll see what happens. I can't say anything just now, but I know there's been talk. We'll just say that.
What, they find some good years?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, somehow Steve and Perigo and Craig keep finding them, so they must have a lead on to somewhere. They're always running. Well, I know Steve is. Steve's always running good years.
Al, back in the day, he was American Racer Man.
Was it? I think it was last year. He rolled out of the trailer with a freaking McCreary right rear. I think it was last year. You'd have to ask him, but I think it was last year. And when we all saw it, we were like, "Dude, where the hell did you get that thing at?" He probably went down to the Museum of Motor Racing when we had the tire shortage and pulled one off of one of the cars in there.
Oh shit, that's great. I love it.
The only way we can run one of them tires is if we spray paint it on the Hoosier.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you guys have. I recently found out you guys have a Hoosier all the way around rule. Like you have to run Hoosiers.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I heard that the other week. I was like, I thought our division was open tire rule, but no, I didn't know that.
H Hoosiers and the D Hoosier.
So it just has to be a Hoosier.
Yeah, you can run I think a 92, a 94, 95, 96. I know they make 98s. I don't know if anybody runs those. And then
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they make I think you're allowed to run the medium compound right rears as well. Like the H medium tires.
Yeah. I gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I run Hoosiers American Racers, but I didn't realize that on all the way around, you guys had to run Hoosiers. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we had a cheaters night a couple nights ago, or a couple years ago, and there's a handful of drivers that had American Racers on the right rear.
Okay.
I believe Jay was one of them because he was parked next to us.
I gotcha.
And stuff like that. I don't really know if there's a difference between them or not. I mean, I imagine probably wearing ability.
Price.
Well,
but
so since I've ran them,
besides the price.
Yeah, I think out of every win this year, everyone has been on an MC2 American Racer except for the one at Big Diamond. They're a little softer than the medium compound and Hoosier.
Yeah.
I tend to notice that they don't wear as quickly, but I don't know if that's just by track or like. I mean, because if your car's hooked up and you're not spinning, you're not going to destroy your tires no matter what you have on.
No,
so,
you're gonna just be using the bare minimum.
Yep. So I liked them this year. a lot. This is like my first 2 years I was running the 305 Race Saver tires
Yeah.
because I was really liking the way those worked. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the racers. Like I have some of the left rears too. I really don't notice too much of a difference with the left rears or anything, but like the right rears I really don't notice too much either. Other than like as we all know as race car drivers, when a harder compound tire gets hot, it turns into like a soft tire, but it doesn't wear away as quick. So when they get hot, like I notice when the MC2s get hot, they really come in and work. So that's about maybe the only difference I noticed between that and like a Hoosier medium.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the racers come in quicker than the Hoosiers do, if that makes sense. And then they, like I said, they last a little longer, I think too. But I don't know. I don't make the tires. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, everything kind of feels different.
Yeah.
That's been a topic of conversation for
I don't really know if
years.
one's better than the other. I mean, I get it. It's for, last year was 410 stuff. They had, I think, like a 4 or 6 week period where they allowed drivers to run both, and I don't really know if one outperformed the other, but
Yeah. So like because I talked to Kenny a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the D tires. We tried running one up at Patha, the 2-day show. What was that now? 2 weeks ago. And on Friday night, I don't know if it's just how we had the car set up or what, but something just seemed off. And then we ran a normal tire, like I think it was either a 15, an H style 15 or an American Racer MC1 at the beginning of the night Saturday. And it was like, everything kind of felt different. But I tell everybody, like, we're going to have to figure it out at some point. Like, that's all you're going to be able to get unless you stick with racers. But if you have to run Hoosiers, that's all you're going to be able to get here soon. So
probably the makeup.
I got two sitting here. I got two sitting here that I need to run. So
Why do you keep doing that?
you know what you're doing.
I don't know. Oh, now it's upside down.
That's pretty cool, Trent. You got a headache?
You sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks right now for me.
Why are you upside down?
Something just went out of whack.
He made you go upside down.
He's upside down. That's pretty impressive right there.
Saw me.
There we go.
There you are.
Hey, you're the right side up now, brother. You're doing pretty good. That was actually pretty impressive, I thought.
Yeah, well, you just went Alvin and the Chipmunks on me on my end, so that was pretty cool.
Nice. All right, let's finish up my flyers here for a second. Don't forget Fan Fest and Sportsman 100 coming up August 31st. First ever Fan Fest sponsored by Chad Baker Plumbing. Boy, that man has put in some serious dough this year for stuff for the Super Sportsman. Big supporter. Appreciate everything he's done. Also, Reefs for Soft Ice Cream, RKL Paving, and I don't have it on this flyer, but Hess Iron also is one of our sponsors for the Fan Fest. Should be a really good event. More to come on that. Any donations for gift baskets or raffle items for the Fan Fest raffle for fans, please get with me. Anything you want to donate will be appreciated. All proceeds from Fan Fest will go to the 100 Lapper. And last but not least, if I don't say this once a time on a show, he gets mad. He's probably not even watching. Hot Shoe Racewear, thank you, Alan Grace, for providing all the flags for the Super Sportsman. The Falker Subaru Tour for the Wingless, Myers RV for BAPS, and the Layman's Towing for the Wing Tour. Much appreciated, all your time and effort. So I had a anonymous question. Want to know what your guys' thoughts and takes are on roller cams. My understanding is after the 100 lapper for winged, it's going to be allowed for the remaining 2 races that we'll have to see how things go. I haven't heard if there was any talk with the wingless. The anonymous person said it was a no. I don't know if that's true. I have no idea.
We've had discussions in our on the wingless chat. We've had discussions. Luke actually messaged and asked if what we all thought. I'm personally a no. I'm not going to speak on it too much. I'm not a motor guy. I don't know all the benefits of what it does, what it doesn't do. I know they're more reliable. That's about it.
I'm clueless on this subject too. So you guys know more than I do.
The only thing that I know is that it's a little more expensive than a standard flat tap cam. I mean, what we got going on right now is, I think, pretty okay. Like I said, I know little to next to nothing about motor stuff, but yeah, I think it's going okay with what we have. I don't see any reason to change it. The only thing that would suck is if you don't do it, then you're splitting the winged and the wingless guys up to where
Even more.
The wing guys can go run, or the wingless guys can go run with the wing, but then are the winged guys allowed to come and run with the wingless? So that's like, it's not my decision. I don't I mean, if they do what they want, but I was personally a no, just because I mean, anytime you talk about putting something better in, it's usually more money. So yeah, that's.
I think in the long run, it's supposed to save money, but whether or not it saves money, you have to wait and see about that.
Yeah.
I know it helps with certain aspects of the motor that you may have to get looked at a little bit more than others, as far as like valves or heads and just stuff like that. I mean, it's something that goes in the motor. That's as far as I know.
Yeah. Yep. That's about my knowledge of it. It just goes in the motor to help it run.
Yeah, I mean, I think at first it's going to be a big expense, but I think in the long run, I think it's meant to save money. But as far as you got to pull motor out, tear it all apart, put one in, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have much knowledge on that. I'm sure others would.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, people have maybe been a little bit more driving than I have. I'm just really nobody. I just I work on them and climb in it and drive it. But as far as that goes, that would be something else. Somebody else to answer.
Yep, I'm in your boat. I work on the car and drive it. The motor stuff I leave up to my dad and my engine builder. I don't touch any of it. I touch everything else, tires, setup, everything else, but nope, not the motor. I have no idea.
Majority of the time, I stay away from it.
Yep.
I'll put water in it. That's about it.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Can you fuel your own car up?
Yes.
Very good.
So I can put water in it, I can put fuel in it, and I can take my headers off. That's my extent of the motor apparatus system of the car.
I could take one out.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've had good practice at that this year too. So
I don't. I'm trying to learn valves, but that's a little bit of a complicated thing. If you get one too far off, and you say, "Uh oh."
Yep. I'm not even going to begin to go there.
Try to expand your knowledge as much as possible, and as far as that goes, I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is it's that or something else. I don't really know if there's anything else though.
Absolutely. So before we kick it off here tonight, how about picks? Go with Friday first. Big Diamond, 5,000 to win, 35 laps, wingless series. Adam, you can go first. Who would you? I know you probably don't know all the guys, but who would your guesstimate for the winner for that big race?
All the normal people running?
Probably.
I'll let Trent go first. He races with those guys.
I'm honestly, the way he's been running lately, I got to go with Kurt Strout, I think. It's not a typical one, but I think Kurt, I can see it because last time we were up there, he led for a while, and he got second to me. So and he ran really good up at Port. So I'm gonna go with Kurt, I think. So,
I don't know, man.
yeah.
When I normally bet drivers, I'm betting. I just don't know. Normally money involved whenever that's happening.
I'm gonna be a real dick on this one. Yes, I did just say that. I'm gonna go with whoever takes the checkered, and the only reason I'm saying that is because we all know how the first Big Diamond race went.
Yeah.
Hot, heavy, and parts went everywhere.
Yep.
I'm hoping it's a better showing. I'm hoping everything goes well.
What do you think the track's going to be?
You never want to, huh?
Is the track going to be fast, you think, or is it going to be slick, dry, tacky, wide, narrow?
No way of knowing up there.
Well, so like last year we had one race up there and it was basically dry the whole night. The last one earlier this year, it was fast at first and then blew off halfway through the feature. So and it's already narrow as is. Like it's such a fine line between the bottom to middle. Like you basically have two lanes. There's the bottom right around the Uke tires and the middle, and then it kind of starts to level off ever so slightly. That if you get too high, you lose all kinds of ground. So, like Tony said, there's no real talent up there, which I personally like because it's who's going to adapt quicker. And
I forgot, Troy, that Rich said Chris was going up there this weekend. Yeah, 25 car. It's going to be up there running winglets with Chris Gleason in it.
I'd say Trent, but if I can't pick Trent, I don't know. Is Craig up there?
Craig will be there.
Are you sure? I thought this was the one. I thought this was the one he said he was missing.
One of the ones he put in the wingless chat because Steve wanted to do a head count. He said he was going to go.
Okay, cool.
So there's a couple guys you could pick from. I mean, obviously, like this is helping Adam now. I have my pick already. But like you can obviously, I mean, you can go with Steve. You can go with
I was probably gonna go you or Craig. 35.
Okay, there's another one. Craig.
That's gonna get slick.
Yeah, you can either go with Steve, Craig, either one of the Bryans. They always run good up there. Either Cliffy or Billy. I know Jackson. Tony's coming, right? I think Tony.
I know Jackson's he said coming. He was going to be back from vacation. And he was going to be running Friday and Saturday. I assumed that's what he meant. He was going to run Friday with you guys at Big Diamond for that race, and then back with us on Saturday. He didn't specifically tell me that. He just said he was going to be back for that weekend.
Okay. Well, we're gonna assume that he's going. You can pick him.
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's always a threat to win when he. In the Sportsman, like when he shows up anywhere, winged or wingless.
Oh God!
And then, I feel like there's. Yeah,
I got my two picks. I'll take Trent or Craig. If Craig's not there, I'll take Trent. If Craig's there, I'll take Craig.
That's a safe assessment.
Yep.
Especially looking at stats so far this year. I mean, shit.
Nah, Craig's pretty good there if it's dry and slick and stuff like. I watched the Path Valley race there with I think it was the late models were there. I think that's night he won, wasn't it?
I believe.
The Speed Week show.
No, that was me.
That was you. Okay. There's
You
none
guys
that
are
won there.
starting to look together. I can't remember anymore. Or the races are blending together. One of the two.
Yeah. Now, if you ever come up to Path and run wingless on a slick track, you will understand how frustrating but amazing it is to watch Craig race up there.
Yeah.
Like you try to do what he does, run real nice and straight through the center on a slick track, and then he passes you like you're sitting still doing the exact same thing. I told him after last Saturday, the last time we were up there, I walked up to him. I said, "You son of a bitch!" I said, "You are so frustrating but fascinating to watch." I was like, "I don't know how you do it." So
God,
that's his knack, man. That's just his deal. Up at Path, especially. That's his deal.
So just a little. Well, I got messages popping up on my phone. For a little bit of clarity for wingless, and these guys have pretty much ran every race. Craig has an average of 3.0 finish for the year out of all 16 races ran so far. Steve has an average finish of 3.7. You have an average finish of 4.9. You know where your rough ones were. We won't get even to discuss that.
Yeah.
Even Brett's 5.2, and he's only ran a little over half the races this year total. That's everything.
Yeah.
The fun ones are guys like well, I can't give you Scott Smith's average finish because it's an average finish of only one race.
Of
That's
one.
that's not fair. So we can't do that. But I can give you Tony Jackson's average finish, but it's only been a one race either.
Yeah.
For wingless. Adam, what'd you do?
He got bored.
Trying to find a charger. My phone's about to die.
Nice. So
I'm still here.
Saturday, winged, 1,500 to win. What do you think? Go with you, Trent. What do you think?
I'm going with Matt on deck until he wins.
I love that idea. That's a beautiful assessment.
I'm going with Matt until he wins. He needs to quit finishing second. Finishing second or third or wherever. He needs to. I'm going with him until he wins.
He's kind of had an up and down season. A third, a 12, a third, 8, 4th, 16th, 5th, 9th. It's kind of been an up and down season thus far for him.
Yeah, so he's due. We'll put it that way.
We could talk about like Scott Dillinger, and we can go 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3, 5.
Yep.
I mean, holy shit.
Yep.
How even Kenny Aiken, worst finish of the year was 7th, but because every other race has been 1st and 2nd, he has an average finish of 2.1.
Yeah, that's pretty outstanding, I'd have to say.
And if you ask him, he's already lost that perfect season because of that one top 10. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I wish I could take my two or three bad races back.
And well, I mean, it wasn't nothing that you did, you know.
Yeah, out of my control.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with mechanical stuff? That shit happens.
Yep.
What do you think, Adam? Saturday. I mean, if you want to pick yourself, you can.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
358s are there, so they'll probably be the first feature. They'll probably bring a full.
I think you're right.
Legends are there. They'll probably have 2B mains. I don't know.
He's going real methodical with this. He's thinking this one out.
Yeah. Probably going to be up on the fence. Like it normally is. Handicap show?
Yes.
Man.
It's unless he changes something. We haven't talked format at all this week, so I'm assuming it should be just a handicap show.
We need to do King of the Hill to set up the first 4 rows. Take the top 2 or I don't know, top 3. King of the Hill, that'd be pretty fun. I don't know. I'll say the Rocket.
I'm not sure if you're biased on this one or not.
I have no idea.
You know who he's talking about, right, Trent?
No, I don't think.
Johnny Rocket.
Yeah, that's biased.
That's biased. Yeah, I agree. I'm going with. I've been saying it almost week in, week out. I'm going with Troy. You know, he's had a couple rough little weeks here, but them couple of first races when he was out front, I mean that car looked like a fucking rocket ship, and it still does when he's when everything's working the way it's supposed to be working. He just like we always talk about having to put the whole night together.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all it's missing. Just you got one little stupid thing here or there that happened, but I think I'm hoping this year's his year, and he goes the whole way.
Yep.
Last but not least, Saturday back at Path Valley for the Wingless Series, and I'll start this one off. I don't know if he's going to be there or not, but he's definitely looked good. A lot of races this year. I'll give Brendan Shearer for my pick for Path Valley.
I might have to wait till after Friday.
Yeah.
I understand the reasoning behind that.
I have mine, I think. I was gonna go Craig, but I either Craig or Dexter, honestly. Dexter has been running really good up there. I mean, Craig's like a here you go. You know what I mean? Like you have to just almost like have to pick him. But I want to say Dexter. He's been running really good up there. So
yeah, I mean, you look at Dexter. He's missed 2, 4, 6 races out of all the races you guys have ran, and he's had. Actually, he's been in the top 10 every race, and in the races that he's ran this year.
plus that one win at Path.
Oh, yep. I actually had one outside the top 10. He finished 11th, but that was only one spot. He's got an average finish of 5.0 for the year thus far.
For missing half the races, that's pretty good.
Yep. We double check 2, 4. Yep, 6 races. You guys got 16 in. Actually, ran 17 if you count the rain out.
Yep.
But I try not to count that one until it's actually in my records.
Yep.
So, gentlemen, appreciate y'all stopping in.
We gotta get King of the Hill down there one night. That was pretty fun the last couple times they've had it.
Ain't a bad idea. I'm being told there's supposed to be some invaders coming to Big Diamond Friday night.
Invaders.
Possibly some USAC individuals.
I've heard that too.
That looks bright.
I've heard.
That's very possible. Very, very possible.
I might know whose car he's driving too.
I've heard that too. We shall see.
What's that?
Said we shall see.
No, hopefully they give you a good track for 5,000 to win. Nobody wants to play follow the leader for 5,000 to win. It's not. That wouldn't be real fun for I don't think anybody.
No.
Multiple lanes of racing and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool for you.
Yeah. Every time I've seen a race at Big Diamond, so it's always been pretty good.
Yeah.
So well, I think they'll do a good job. I think they know.
Well, I don't think they don't have modifieds there tomorrow, do?
Yeah.
Or if they do, they have one class.
It's a whole normal night program with us added on. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yep.
Not completely. I think the regular modifieds and stuff that they have there aren't there. If I remember what I saw on the flyer, the 602 crate Sportsman's.
That's it. Yep.
And their modified rookie class, I think, are going to be there. But memory serves, the way everything was promoted, I think you guys are a headliner with the 5,000 35 lap deal.
Yeah, I thought they took off the big the big modifieds, whatever runs up there.
Yeah, I believe so.
But no, actually, yeah. Hopefully they give you a good track so you guys can put on a show and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate your time. Always fun to talk to you, Trent. I like to give you some shit.
Yeah,
but
I know.
That enjoys. Hey, I didn't mention the S word tonight. Think about that. I didn't mention the S word at one time at all night.
That's good.
I did, however, post it when you won Port Royal.
I saw it.
I got that out there, yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Did Earl announce that?
Nope. Nobody else will do it. Dave Hare from Babs refuses to do it.
He's a smart man.
Yeah.
He's a smart man.
I'm pretty sure the only track that does it is Path. Is Tommy. I think that's it. Don't worry. I hear it every day at work. Guys at work are they're hooked on it. So I hear it every day.
Yeah, I even in my post for the show, I didn't mention the S word. So
I know.
I behaved myself this week. Next week you're in trouble.
Yeah. Yep. The next time, then. Well, I mean, if there is a next time, you never know. I might have a bad luck the end of the year.
I have no doubt. Don't be at least one more time you're gonna get a win before the end of the season. You still got some time left.
Yeah. So next time I'll get it.
Oh, we'll give it to you. Give it to you.
There's been a couple nicknames we tried getting Dave to call Johnny, but that wouldn't. He don't want to bite on them.
I could only imagine. Oh my God, I can only imagine.
There's a couple of them. They're not all bad.
Pick the funniest one, and let's
Johnny
hear
Blockett.
What's that?
Johnny Blockett.
Johnny Blockett.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Gotta love it.
I don't know if a lot of people know that one or not.
We probably have our guesses.
On a side note,
probably just said something I wasn't supposed to, but it's all right.
On a side note, when we finished the Firecracker 40 and I went out front after we were done, I thought for sure, because of how, I mean, there wasn't no bad racing. There wasn't no heavy hitting or chopping. It was just hard, close racing that whole entire 40 laps of that race. But I thought there was going to be some terrible sour feelings when I got out front of the pit. Everybody was cool, calm, and collected. I even walked up to Johnny at the very end when Dave was doing your interview. And I said, you and Luke all right? Because they were, back and forth with each other, coming off of two every time they come by me. And, they both race hard. You know, I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I just didn't know if one of them would have had more sour feelings than the other. And he's like, oh, no. He said, me and Luke talk. He said, we're good. He said, yes. He said he had fun. He said, so do I. I'm like, great. That's what I love to hear. Everybody was 100% content, happy. They had a good time out in that racetrack. And that was fucking perfect. That was the best ending to that fucking night. You know, and it was, I don't know how hard it looked.
I don't know how they felt with
the
him smoking behind them, though.
But I tell you, standing outside of 2, watching them come around the corner, there was not a whole lot of room between cars most of the night. I mean, it was hot and heavy the whole entire time.
Yeah, there's a couple moments. There's a couple moments. It got a little sketchy.
Absolutely.
I was able to watch the 40. I wasn't participating in that one.
That was probably a good thing.
But
let the other boys go out there and beat the shit out of each other.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know how everybody felt with Johnny smoking behind him, but he I think he put on a show.
He was just cutting down the bugs. It was human.
Yeah,
he was just cutting down the bugs. He was contributing. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, screw it. I think he probably knew it was going to be done at the end of that race. So might as well run her till she's done, and he did.
No, we brought it back to the shop and turned it over. We're still running.
Oh, really? He told me that night he thought
it was probably just running on 6 cylinders instead of 8. Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
all right,
it got pretty
gentlemen.
Close. It got a little sketchy.
That's one having any other way. How we prefer it. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
he's already done that once before, though. He's ran a motor pretty hot too a couple times, but
I have no doubts there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks again to Adam Edkin, Trent Yoder. Best of luck to both their seasons the rest of the weekend and the rest of the year, rather. And best of luck to everybody over the weekend. Still going to be a hot one, guys. So use your heads out there. Way too many people getting called to the ambulance the last couple of weekends at racetrack. Drink something. Not alcohol.
no cones.
I get you. Till next week or whenever we can get another show in. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Catch you later.